Yeah, they recovered a handwritten note.
There was a handwritten note that said... Oh, I'm trying to find it. Sorry,
Hopefully
guys.
this will give ICE agents real terror to think, is there a sniper with AP rounds on that roof?
Yesterday, we covered the Dallas shooting at the ICE facility. And just for those of you who want to just kind of a quick recap, it killed, I think 1 is confirmed as of right now. It went back and forth yesterday between 1 and 2. But 1 was confirmed killed and 2 confirmed injured.
The suspect is 29-year-old Joshua Yon. Police say he died by suicide as agents approached him on the roof of that nearby building. Today, investigators were spotted at 2 homes tied to Yon, one in Fairview in Collin County, the other in Durant, Oklahoma.
The full scope of the motive behind the shooting is still unclear. But during a press conference Wednesday morning, authorities say shell casings at the scene gave some insight.
What I can also share with you is that early evidence that we've seen from rounds that were found near the suspected shooter contain messages that are anti-ICE in nature.
That came out, and the left's response was absolutely predictable. But here's what we now know about the alleged shooter. So, and listen, this information is just trying to build a picture of what's going on. None of this that I'm about to say is like definitive. Aha, that's the smoke. You have a bunch of evidence at the scene. You have the mom being an anti-gun advocate. You have a delinquent sister that was arrested for marijuana possession. And then you have allegations that the shooter had kind of anti-Trump views. So at the very least, it's very hard to paint this person as a pro-Trump supporter that was targeting people. But that didn't stop people on the left from running out, tripping over themselves to spin a narrative that this was another white MAGA Trump-supporting shooter that is targeting immigrants. Idiot in point Brian Krasenstein posted this. And look, we'll give you this one. You said us, we said is. I know what you mean. This is sick. A white male, again, has reportedly opened fire at immigrants at an ICE facility in Dallas, Texas. We certainly have a problem in this country, a disgusting problem. But that's not all he said. I didn't know this until today, but he edited out this last part. So he posted this, and then he went back and edited. And he said, should we blame Trump for fomenting violence like the left did when Charlie Kirk was shot? I know what he's trying to say there. Again, he sounds a bit like a moron. But he's basically saying, should we blame Trump? No, you're not saying, should we blame Trump? You are trying to place blame on Trump and on Republicans and conservatives and MAGA. And then Stephen's account posted, we were talking about this yesterday. It's almost impressive how consistently incorrect you are, to which Brian issued this challenge. I challenge @SCrowder to specifically point out what was incorrect about my tweet. It's a post. I'll wait. Seems you're the one who's lying. And that brings us to, you're wrong about everything.
Wrong.
So I just bring the post back up from Brian. I want people to be able to see this as I talk about it for just a second. The first one, sorry, where he is talking about this. So he basically said a white male has reportedly opened fire at immigrants at an ICE facility in Dallas, Texas. What do you think he's trying to convey there? Wait, a white guy on a roof somewhere? He's opening fire at immigrants at an ICE facility in Dallas, Texas? He wants you to read a white guy, read that a MAGA supporter or a Trump supporter or a Republican or a conservative, a white guy, they're not just saying white for the sake of saying white, a white guy shot brown people. Trump bad. That's what he wants you to read out of that. And of course, we called him out for being incorrect because what we know is that he is lying by omission. The person shot at an ICE facility and ended up hitting only people there that were in the custody of ICE. We've since seen some photos of the bullet holes in that building. It doesn't seem like there was a clear line of sight for him to be able to shoot, at least not completely.
Yeah, that wasn't Bob Lee's swagger plucking people off from 400 meters.
Not at all. And it doesn't make any sense, by the way. So even if I'm an idiot like Brian, I would say, oh, okay, well, let's just assume that I don't like brown people. Okay, they're in my country illegally, and they should get out of here, right? Well, that's the caricature of all the white people sitting on their porch in the country drinking sweet tea, right? Hanging out with their rifle. Get these people out of my country. Wouldn't it be a better place to go is somewhere anywhere other than when they're already in custody and potentially being removed from your country? It doesn't make any sense at all for this person to be somebody on the right. So obviously he's lying there. Also, these are not immigrants. When people say immigrants, they're trying to make you think like, oh, this is somebody who came into this country legally. They came in the right way. They're just like the people who helped us build this country, or, you know, somebody's mom and dad who came over from wherever in the world and did it the right way and have become productive American citizens. No, these are people that were here, that were being detained by ICE. Read what you will into that. What does ICE go and talk to people for? A lot of different things? Yes. What is the main thing? Being in this country illegally, processing people to be removed from this country. I don't know exactly on these 3 people, so I'm not making that claim.
I wonder if Brian was calling the Cuban immigrant that cut off the hotel owner's head a couple weeks ago in Dallas.
An immigrant?
Was he an immigrant, Brian?
Maybe he was an immigrant. So Brian is trying to lie to you. And according to the DHS, the sniper fired indiscriminately into the facility.
Now, if you're on the left, you can make the argument that, well, of course the DHS said that. They have their own narrative that it's their building. You can make that argument.
They're going to have to prove it.
Sure. But when you look at what actually happened, they fired upon the building, hit the building, and a van. Mm-hmm. And how many videos have we seen of people trying to stop vans from leaving ICE facilities?
Yeah.
People trying to banging on and attacking vans out in the neighborhood. They just fired at a van. He probably thought, oh, there's ICE agents in there.
I was at that federal building in Los Angeles, and every single time that a vehicle tried to come in or out, the people were attempting to block it.
Seen all the videos, right?
So why would we think that they wouldn't just continue to escalate their methodology?
Is there a theory that this guy had an optic on a scope on his gun that was so good he could see through either no windows or really dark tinted windows that are on a van that says ICE on the side? Like,
none of it makes any sense, but these guys ran out there to do that. And I'm not kidding. Mehdi Hassan may take the cake. After all this information came out, Mehdi Hassan was still out there trying to dunk on J.D. Vance's comments. J.D. Vance was right when he commented on this. We talked about it yesterday. If you didn't see that, go back and watch yesterday. It pisses me off, guys, because people will say, well, hey, can't we just say, violence isn't the answer and we need both sides to calm down? No, you can't. You cannot say that. Of course, it sounds good and reasonable, and no, violence is not the answer in these cases. But if I'm trying to stop violence, I need to know why violence is occurring. And for me to just go both sides isn't reasonable. We can't just agree, because I don't think we have a willing partner on the other side of somebody right now. Just point me to somebody who doesn't do the yeah, but. Yes, this person looks like they may have been anti-ICE, but maybe ICE shouldn't be so effective at doing their job. But maybe Donald Trump shouldn't say mean things to people. And maybe we should just let all these people come in because we're pro-open borders. They always go into something like that and saying, hey, this guy looks like he was anti-ICE. It looks like he really had it out for these guys. And I can't believe that these Americans that have decided to go and work for ICE to help us do a very valuable job and end human trafficking and drug smuggling over our border, at the very least, no matter how you feel about people, we need to support them. And I'm so sorry that this happened to Dallas and to the people that work at that facility specifically. And I'm so sorry that in this asshole's protest, he killed the very people that he was trying to help. Or at least one of them. How idiotic is this? That's why I'm pissed off about this. Not because I think these are reasonable, principled players on the other side, and Mehdi Hassan and the Krasensteins. I just think they're leading a lot of people down a very dangerous road, and they've been doing it for a very long time. And it's been, don't read violence into this, but it's been consequence-free. We have people going down these roads. I mean, they should lose followers. People shouldn't be watching them. People shouldn't be paying any attention to them. I want to point them out. I want to laugh at them, and I want to say how wrong they are. And when they do stuff like this, I want to say how dangerous it is to do it. And then I want people to ignore their very existence. Here's the third thing that we know. He's biracial.
Yeah.
Oh. He's not just a white guy. But when is a biracial person considered white?
When they do something bad.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so if that's the rule, so when is a biracial person considered the other, like not white?
When they do something good.
Do we have any examples?
Yeah, they were the NFL recently was celebrating. They had the most, I think half the league.
Yeah.
Half the league's starting quarterbacks were black this year, which that doesn't bother me, obviously, but
yeah, I don't care.
It was like half of those guys were also half something else. Usually white. One guy's Asian. I think Kyler Murray's like half black and half Asian. Speaking of half Asian, half Asian lawyer Bill stole my breakfast this morning. Now he's half white Bill.
Half. Well, it's a pretty good segue, actually.
It's very good. Yeah.
I hope you guys understand this. We'll dive deeper into some of those numbers from these shootings because we want to equip you with the right information, not to just spin a narrative, but to actually get to the bottom of what is going on. Do you have an update for me?
Yes, I do have an update on this specifically.
Okay.
The shooter. Let me pull this up real quick. I think Noodle's got something for
All right, throw it up.
He was. There's a note.
Yeah, they recovered a handwritten
There
note.
was a handwritten note that said. Oh, I'm trying to find it. Sorry,
Hopefully
guys.
this will give ICE agents real terror to think, is there a sniper with AP rounds on that roof?
Wow.
Hey,
Brian.
Hey, Brian. What is his name? Mehdi Hassan.
Dipshit.
Brian. All the Krasensteins. Angry staffer. Can we do it now?
One other
How about
thing.
now? How about right now? How about do me a favor? Every single person watching this show right now, if you have an X account, go at them with this information. We'll get it up on Steven's account and go, hey, have you checked out the information that came out of Steven's account? Have you checked it out yet? Is now the time that you come out and say I was wrong? Is now the time that you come out and admit that you were pushing a narrative only because you didn't want it to be one of your guys? Not because it wasn't the most likely scenario. You just didn't want it to be real.
One other thing too, which we've been calling, we've been saying these things like, oh, what do you expect when you have this happening and this happening and that happening, and people are tracking ICE and stuff. This Post article also said that the Dallas County, he was following apps called the Dallas County Office of Homeland Security and Emergency Management. That's a document. Sorry, and he was following apps that track the presence of ICE.
Oh.
So
I mean, he
where's
did go to an
ICE
ICE
gonna be? What's
facility,
ICE
but at the
doing?
same time, he could have
Yeah.
tried to pick people off in the field as
In
well.
that document, yeah.
Unbelievable. Well, listen,
They found on his-
we'll come back to this a little bit in Mug Club if we have additional information that comes in or some additional thoughts on this.
It's crazy
But
to do this.
A
because
tragedy.
It's
yeah.
like you hear with all things going on in the news that the news is putting on TV themselves and celebrating, and then you hear a shooter fires at ICE facility, and people go, another pro ICE guy.
Yeah.
I can't believe we have to go through this
Every time.
This is insane. There should be something where the left goes, oh yeah, dude. Hey guys, stop doing that.
But more than influencers like Mehdi and Krasenstein, we're talking like the Democrats' top politicians.
Yeah.
Gavin Newsom,
Yes.
Ilhan Omar, AOC, the people that control the party have called for this.
I think it was the night before that Newsom was on Colbert and said on Colbert this week he doesn't think we're going to have an election in 2028 and we need to act.
Yeah.
Hey, can we show the note again? The chat's saying the stream froze at that moment when we
What?
brought the note up.
Bring the note
Yeah,
back
can
up.
we bring it up and let them know what it
Yeah,
said?
so I don't think we actually see any image of
Yeah,
the
I think
note.
it's just
or
the
Just
anything.
article.
the
with
Post
yeah,
article
there you go.
quoted the
Oh,
note.
now
thing.
it's Nebraska
Meh.
Furniture Mart. I
I
looked up
like
chairs.
Nebraska Furniture Mart.
I looked up chairs. It's my fault.
Yeah, so handwritten note recovered by investigators said, hopefully this will give ICE agents real terror to think, is there a sniper with AP rounds on that roof?
Yeah, but that can mean anything, really.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, he could have meant Associated Press.
Yeah. Unbelievable. Listen, man. Listen, I'm sorry. This is how we get to a really bad place. You got listen, if the guy that was the racist shooter in Buffalo, New York that had racist stuff all over his gun, we were like, yep, that looks like one of the random white supremacists that's out there in the world who did something very evil.
And condemned it.
He does not represent our views. To be clear, he'd be shunned by our side on his views on race. Maybe there's fringe people out there, fine, but that's not the main part of who we are.
They can't
and we
do
called
that.
it out.
They can't do that. They can't go on TV and say, hey, this guy who shot up the ICE facility does not share our values. Really? Because you're telling people to go do this exact fucking thing.
Yes,
No, they're just
exactly.
not going
let's
to
clip
cover
that.
it on
That's
TV
good.
anymore.
No, I don't understand. I really don't. I don't understand in a society that is trying to get to the truth.
What are they going to do?
That's
Go on
the
TV and
problem.
go, hey, guys, this
we're
does not express our values. Yes, we want you to try to do everything you can to stop ICE, but don't use bullets.
We never foresaw that anyway.
Hey, do you like what you saw? I don't know how because it's on YouTube and we have to cut all the good parts out. So you should tune in live weekdays at 11 a.m. Eastern on Rumble. We can still speak freely and even use words like and gay and whoa. You've been here this whole time?
Yeah. Snuck in.